Hello students, in today's video we are going to discuss about legal environment. So let us first understand what is legal environment. Legal environment applicable to business consists of law applicable to business, institutions and machineries which regulate and control functioning of business. Now, as business is an activity which is governed by various laws, so legal environment is also applicable to business, and it consists of all the laws which are applicable to business. Now suppose if you're starting a company, then for companies act is applicable, income tax act is applicable, company has to report to machineries and institutions like registrar of companies act, SEBI and so on. So like this, legal environment affects functioning of the business. Business is not an isolated activity, it is an activity which is carried out in the society, so it is affected by the society or various kinds of environment, you can say. So legal environment is one of those. Basically, legal environment is providing various laws, provisions which the business has to follow while doing the business. Now you cannot just do business without any laws, whether it is a sole trader, a partnership firm, a company or a multinational company. Each of this business activity will have to follow certain rules and regulations. Now if you are a sole trader, then you have to maintain books of accounts properly, you have to file income tax returns, you have to file GST returns. Similarly, for partnership firms, we have Partnership Firm Act of 1932 which is applicable. Apart from that, we have LLP Act for limited liability partnership form of business. Now for companies, we have Companies Act which is been wherein the provisions are being updated from time to time. For multinational companies, again there are different set of laws. So like this, laws are applicable to every kind of business. So business has to be in accordance with laws. Okay, so that is all about legal environment. Now, legal environment of a nation is always defined by its constitution. Constitution gives rights and privileges to the people as well as institutions. Power of the business are defined and regulated by various organs of the constitution. So let us understand now legal environment or constitutional environment of business. So if you want to understand what is exactly the legal environment of the business, we have to understand the constitution. Now in constitution there are three parts. One is the judiciary, executive and third one is legislature. First one is judiciary. Now judiciary, what it does is it interferes in business affairs whenever there is a controversy or if there is any confusion regarding interpretation and application of a particular law and its provision. It is in the courts at various levels along with tribunals like labor courts, tribunals, consumer forums, company law board, etc., who are having judicial power to pass, exercise and control over business. Now let us say that if there is a dispute in the business, like let us say that a business organization is charging too high prices for goods and services. So in that case, if a consumer goes to consumer court and complains about the business organization, so here judiciary plays its role. That is, it will take the case in its hand and try to provide justice to the customer. So like this, legal environment plays an important role in functioning of the business. Next is executive. Now executive has the task to ensure that business is carried on as per legal norms and procedures which are prescribed by the government. Institutions like registrar of companies, SEBI and Department of Income Tax, etc., are the executive bodies who are created to monitor the performance of business. Now, just if laws are into existence, that is not enough. We have to see whether the laws are properly executed or applied by the business organization or no. For that purpose, we have executive. So this executive institutions like Registrar of Companies, SEBI, Department of Income Tax make sure that business organization is functioning as per the laws. Now, Registrar of Companies Act plays an important role when you're dealing with all the transactions of company, whether it is starting of a company or making any changes of the company or liquidating the company, issuing the shares. Any such changes which are done in company have to be reported to Registrar of Companies, which make sure that company is running as per Companies Act. Then any matter related to issue of shares and securities is taken care by SEBI, and Department of Income Tax makes sure that whether it is an individual, whether it is a firm or company, they are paying proper tax on the income that they are earning. In the sense, it sees whether a business organization is disclosing its proper books of accounts to government from time to time and thereby paying proper tax. So like this, institutions are created under executive to ensure that business is doing a lawful business. Last but not the least is the legislature, that is the parliament at the center, and the state legislature, which passes legislations, that is makes laws, prescribes provisions as per which business is to be conducted. They create legal machineries like Registrar of Companies, SEBI, MRTP Commission, etc. to ensure that business is carried on as per the norms which are prescribed by the government. So basically, legislature is nothing but they are creating laws and provisions. Now see, earlier different Companies Act was applicable, and now we can see Companies Act of 2013 is applicable. So this is done because there is change in the legislature or change in the laws. So like this, laws are updated from time to time, and there are institutions which monitor to see that the business organization are running the business as per the laws. So it is very important for a business to keep in mind all the legal provisions which are applicable to it, since it is a part of society. So legal provisions which are applicable to the society, they are also applicable to business. So if a business wants to maintain its good reputation and goodwill for a longer period of time, it is very important that business is following all the legal practices. Okay, so with this I finish my explanation for today. Thank you.